Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Okay guys, we got a letter. Let's get it talking. First of all, it says, hello Queen Haru. Hello. My name is Ange, and I am an Aquarius girl. I'm so very confused at this point in my life. I have switched programs in college like 3 times. And the program I am taking right now, which is literature, I feel like it's not for me either. Aquarius people have so many interests that sometimes we get confused about choosing the right path. I told my mom that I want to drop out of this semester, maybe go back later, after figuring out myself, but she doesn't want me to do so. And I don't want to disappoint my parents, but I feel like I am sacrificing my happiness for them. I am angry, frustrated, and anxious every day. What should I do? Well, first of all, let me tell you this. Your mom or your parents, especially your mom, don't want you to drop out of school because the average person who drops out of college never goes back. So once you're in college, the best thing to do is keep going. Okay? Now, you said that you have a major you don't think is for you. Switch your major. You said you did it 3 times. So what? When I came into college, I was a business major. I hated my business classes, so I went to law. Law was cool for like 2 semesters. I kept falling asleep in class. So then I had to get another one. I went to theater. I loved theater. Theater is still like something I love to do. I did theater for a while. But then when I transferred to a 4-year college, the theater department to me wasn't doing anything fun. Like their plays and the things that they were working on, they were not diverse at all. And what they were doing wasn't good. So I was like, I was disenchanted from the day I stepped on campus. And I went to Temple University. And I can't say it's not a good department. It might be a great department. But I just hung around for like a week. Like a week. And I was like, I ain't feeling this. I found out what play they were putting on. And then it was like all this hierarchy to it. Who gets to perform and who doesn't. I just didn't like it. I was like, I'm good. So that was not my 3rd major. So then I changed that major to African American Studies. So that's my 4th major. So if you don't like your major, just change your major. What I used to do is I would just drop the classes that I wasn't passing. Before the drop date had came up, I would drop the ones that I could drop without penalty. Because usually they gave you a certain amount of time to drop a class. So I would drop all the ones I could without penalty. I would finish the ones I was doing well in so you can get the credits. And I would change my major again. I wouldn't stop going to school though, because like I said, most people don't go back. Statistically speaking, if you're in college and you stop going, most people don't go back. And if they do go back, it's a significant amount of time later. And trying to get a job, I don't know where you live at, but trying to get a job without a college degree has become increasingly difficult, even for an easy job, like a management position or something like that. It seems to me like every day the requirements are getting higher and higher for your educational, needs in order for you to get a good job, unless you're going to be like an entrepreneur or something like that. But even if you're going to be an entrepreneur, a college degree looks good on your wall. So if I were you, I wouldn't stop going. I would just change my major, drop the classes I was flunking, the ones that I'm actually doing well in, if you're doing well in all of them, go ahead and just finish for the semester. I think it's February now. I don't know where you guys are in the semesters. By now, we would have been halfway through the spring semester going in. And we got out in like May, if I'm not mistaken. So by now we would be half done. So if I were you, that's how I would do it. And I would just find what I want to do next. Whatever that may be, whatever that major may be, and go to the next one. And guess what? If you don't like that one, I'll change it the 5th time, Aquarius are like that. We do like a lot of different things. But one of them is going to click. One of them clicks. When I got to African American Studies, it just clicked. It was like, oh my God, this is what I want to study. This is what I want to know. And everything in my life went in that direction. Even what I do now, I'm a priestess, but I learned everything I learned going to Africa, reading African books, getting into the ancient Egyptians. That's how I got to where I am right now. How I taught myself how to read and put myself through my priestess training. But it all started with African American studies classes. And I just went down that road of finding the spiritual traditions, the social traditions of my ancestors. And once I did, I was like, oh, we've been doing magic. This is our thing. This is not nothing new to us. So I jumped right in. I learned everything I possibly could. So in your case, whatever your thing is, maybe it hasn't clicked yet. And that's fine. Just move on to your next interest. And eventually one of them will click for you. But if I were you, I wouldn't try to leave school and come back later. That's always a bad idea. Everybody that does that usually doesn't end up doing it. And then you said here, you're angry and frustrated because you're not doing what you want to do. You have to find what it is you want to do. And if this isn't it, try something else. And you said you're anxious every day. Yeah, you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on what you want to do. And you may even need to change schools. Some of the times it's not the programs, it's the schools. Because the theater department at Delaware County Community College suited me. I liked it a lot. I loved taking those theater classes. But when I went to Temple, I didn't like the theater classes. So it could just be the school too. Maybe you need to change schools. But whatever the case is, if I were you, I would keep moving. I wouldn't stop. I would just keep on moving. I would finish this semester, take the summer off, and jump right back on that horse in September. Like I said before, a degree is a very powerful piece of paper to have in your hand. Seriously, like the jobs that I've got since I left school, I couldn't have got without that piece of paper. Period. And it really does depend on what you're trying to do. But even like I work online, my online job wouldn't have hired me without a degree. And they made me send in documentation that I had the degree. So a lot of positions that you go into, you're going to find that. When I first left high school, it wasn't even my intention to go to college. I didn't even graduate from high school. As a matter of fact, I dropped out in 12th grade because I got pregnant with my daughter. And I went to the Chester Youth Build program, which was like GED, construction training, that kind of thing. I went into that program. I graduated from that program, and then I went directly to community college. That program gave me a GED, and I used it to go to community college. And then after community college, I went to Temple University and got a bachelor's and then a master's. So it is a little bit of a journey for an Aquarius, We do have those diverse interests, and I told you along the way, I changed my major 4 times. But trust me, just keep on going. Keep going, because like I said, that piece of paper has done me very well. That piece of paper has suited me very well. I've gotten extra money because of it. Like when I worked as a high school teacher, because I already had a master's degree, I got extra pay on my check. So it's very beneficial to you, but you have to find something that you love and you can stick to. So if this isn't it, if this school isn't it, just change that. But don't stop going to school. Get that piece of paper, get done, keep going, keep the momentum going. The most I took off was the summer. I took off every summer, as a matter of fact, and that's the most I took off because, like I said, as soon as if you find a job or something, like I said, when I came out of high school, I wasn't planning to go to college. I was planning to just get a job and just work a job. It's hard. It's really hard. When I got first, I dropped out of high school, so of course that was hard. Then I got the GED, and I'm like, all right, well, I got my GED. Now I have a general education. It was still hard. Jobs are not like, oh yeah, sure, come on over with your general education degree. They were not looking for me. So I had to go to school. And that's what I'm saying, depending upon what your field of study is, what your job is going to be ultimately. And that's something you may want to do. Write on a piece of paper, what is your ultimate goal? This will help you figure out which major to actually take up. What is your ultimate goal? Do you want to be a writer? Do you want to be an actress? Like, look at the professions. Write down the professions that you might want to do, and then look at the programs of study that will take you to that profession. Maybe you need to do a little bit of backwards work, you know what I mean? So I hope that helps you. And thank you very much for your question. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody else who's thinking about this same situation, please pass this video on to them. If you'd like to send me a love donation, I will drop my PayPal. And if you want to send me a gift, I will drop my Amazon wish list. If you would like to get a tarot reading, a astrological chart done, or if you want me to consult on your spiritual work, if you're a priestess or a witch or trying to get into paganism, I can give you an appointment and help you out with that. If you have a general question, I'll answer it for free. Drop it underneath here or email it to me. I am also on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook more than Instagram. And you can hit me up out there too. Likewise, I want to thank all of you. You guys are really cool, and you've sent me some of the most touching letters and the most touching, messages underneath the comments. And on Instagram, on Facebook. You guys are really cool. And I want to thank you for all of that, because every bit of positive energy that you send towards me, I send right back towards you. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.